fact that he had to push himself. Yeah. Go ahead.
Hypothetically, if Vegeta, Goku, Gohan, and Cell nutted simultaneously in Bloom, whatever the fuck her name is, Bulma, and all sperms impregnated the egg at once, would that product be man or woman from Aphrodite, or would it be stronger than Goku, Black God?
And that's the question for today's video. What if Krillin survived the future timeline? Part 1. Now, we're gonna have this a little bit different than what if Krillin kept training, because I'm gonna do a remaster of that fairly soon, give or take. I was thinking about having him go to King Kai's planet, learn the Kaioken, and, you know, stuff like that. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do it a different route. Just because I think if he did learn how to do that, it would make it to where they would need to. I feel like I'll be leading into like a different type of story, because with the Kaioken, at least, like, because I had to rewatch the what if that I've seen of it, and if y'all want, I can find it again and then, you know, put like the link to it. I would give the shout out, but I don't remember the channel at the given moment. But anyways, so I don't want to do that, because one of the things that might happen, or I could go, is he starts deteriorating in his body and muscle atrophy, and basically he becomes weaker over time. But that would take some years, and plus certain aspects of the story I can't ignore, like him and Bulma might get together, but I'm not trying to go down that route, so I have to make him go down a different route. He'll still use Kaioken, but it just won't be like a refined Kaioken, you know what I mean? So anyways, so how this story starts off and how it differs from other parts is fairly simple. When Gohan, well, first we gotta talk about Goku. Goku got rolled up with the swiftness. That hard virus said goodbye. And we could say it was a little bit after the fact, or like a little bit right after Frieza attacked. But I'll say that, like, no, actually, we'll have it to where he fights off Frieza. What the heck? Okay, so after the battle with Frieza for like the third attempt, what ended up happening is Goku will die shortly after this, and then he'll tell Krillin, like, hey, big dog, it's up to you now. But he'll be dying to the heart virus, and like we did with the other what ifs prior to this one, it's gonna be the fact that he had to push himself. So this is gonna affect Krillin after a lot of fighting I had to do on my end. This is gonna affect Krillin because Goku is going to talk about, like, hey, Krillin, you remember that time that we had to fight X, Y, and Z? Krillin, you remember that time, as he's holding his hand, you remember that time we had to do this? Remember that time, remember with Raditz? Even though it didn't happen that long ago. You remember when we had to deal with Namek? You remember when Master Roshi was yelling at us because we did X, Y, and Z? I had no clue what a dirty magazine was. Yeah, Goku, just don't talk too much right now. And it would be like this very heartfelt moment. And he's like, look, Krillin, I know you're not me, and I'm sorry if this is selfish of me to ask, but I'm going to die. Krillin tearing up. Everyone's here. Vegeta's outside. Tien's probably like back up a little bit. And he's like, I know I'm gonna die, but could you please protect Earth in my stead? But like, he's saying this with plead and pain in his voice, because who else do he trust? Yes, he's cool with Piccolo. Yes, he knows Vegeta's not completely a bad guy. Tien does what Tien does, and Yamcha's never really a big fighter. Who else do I trust but my best friend? My rival, the one I trained with, the one I grew up with. Krillin. So, buddy, please, train. Become stronger than me. And make sure Gohan gets to as Goku passes away, no Dragon Balls can bring him back. as everyone mourns the legacy of Son Goku, Earth's greatest defender. Krillin, for the next 3 weeks, in this haze, in this fog. What do I do? Goku died. He told me to defend the Earth? That's nonsense. Different thoughts are playing through his head. I couldn't stand up against Frieza. I got my potential unlocked. I still couldn't do nothing then. What am I supposed to do? I'm not a Super Saiyan. I'm not a Namekian. What can I do? As he screams and shouts for this whole period of time, thoughts coming in and out, and it just got to the point where he was damn near convinced he was gonna kill himself. But then, in the moments as he sleeps in this deep, deep dream state, and he just sees destruction, everyone dying, and even saw himself dying. And he swears to God that he saw an older looking Gohan fighting 2 teenagers with an arm down and him protecting some purple-headed kid. And then in his final moments, he just sees that this boy it's all like a flash. Like, he just sees so much pain, so much suffering. And at that moment, Krillin gets up, tightens his gi, shaves his head clean, crisp, bald, and says, I am a student of the Turtle School. Work hard, train hard, and play hard. I am Krillin. He flies off to Mount Pazu. He's going to go pick up Gohan. And he's like, Gohan, drop the books. He says it like Krillin would, but I don't really know how Krillin talks, so basically Krillin tell Gohan just like stop hitting the books. Now we already know how Chi-Chi's gonna be about it. She's gonna be on some bullshit like, who are you? Goku just died, he shouldn't be focusing on. But for like once in Krillin's life, he's gonna be like, all right, look, shut the fuck up. Goku's gone, Goku's dead, he's not coming back. So what if another Frieza, what if another Vegeta, another Piccolo, cause she knows about that. What if another Pilaf gang? Like, he would start throwing up some Dragon Ball references. What if they came through and decided to fight? And what if me, Tien, Vegeta even, all of us couldn't do it? Gohan would be the only one. I'm not saying to give up on his studies, but he's gonna at least need to know how to defend himself. So now what would happen for like this approximately like 3-ish years, Krillin would be hard training Gohan. And it wouldn't be like on like the brutality of like if he trained with like Piccolo or if he trained with like Vegeta, but it won't be as soft as like Goku type training. So they would spend these 3 years training, and Gohan would learn a lot more about his dad than he did originally in the canon. So they're doing this, and then like usual, the androids attack. Now we're gonna make a change to the story because there's a big premise that people think Gohan doesn't like fighting. That's not true. Now let me explain why. All right, now this is gonna be hard for some of y'all to do, but I wanna imagine you're a 5-year-old, right? But think about it like this, bro. You're 5 years old, okay? And your first experience with anything fighter related is your grandpa, no, not your grandpa, your uncle kidnaps you. Then your dad dies. Then you get kidnapped by an alien. Then after you get kidnapped by an alien, you proceed to have to go fight in a fucking space Hitler. One of the best friends. So you best friend, or the closest thing you have to a friend, dies right in front of you. And we're not talking about, let's not forget about what happened during the time that they were fighting the Saiyans. Everyone that you knew to be the good people all died. Even the person that trained you and became your friend later on died. Then you went to Namek and you had to deal with all of this bullshit of people dying, seeing mass genocide, seeing the planet blow up, seeing your dad transform for the first time, and getting your ass beat by a whole bunch of space pirates that likes to do weird poses. So you don't think And you see all of this at the age of 5 through 6. That's around the age Gohan was when all of this happened. So with that in mind, I wouldn't want to fight neither, and I'd probably prefer to be a scholar. Even though I don't really give a fuck about all that, I just want to see Gohan be a GOAT, Super Saiyan 2 type beat. But looking at it realistically, I don't blame him for wanting this peaceful life. So with all these different ass events playing into this, right? 3 years of good training with someone that knows how it is to fight. And don't get me wrong, Krillin's not big on fighting. He'll fight. He'll do the good fight, bro. I don't know if it was canon or not, but Krillin fought not imperfect, but first form Cell, and he did like some, you know, evasions. I don't think it was canon, but just that alone shows his character, because it's just like he'll do what he needs to do to help out who needs to be helped out. So them both mutually not liking fighting, but understanding the necessity, and with Krillin being able to teach Gohan, you know, he teaches him, you know, still power-like related things, because he's still a Saiyan at the end of the day. And he's like, hey, maybe you can go ask Vegeta for some tips on that. But if you're fighting someone stronger than you, like Frieza or whatever, you need to utilize special techniques. Solar Flare, the Destructo Disc, you know, other key base attacks. And during this time, Krillin's using his, you know, experience, his situational awareness, just his overall martial arts powers to figure out different ways of, you know, killing someone or defeating someone that's a lot stronger than him. He has to use a lot more brain power. So imagine this. Gohan's innate Saiyan attributes also fused in with the fact that he's half human. This allows him to do what he needs to do. And he's like, hey, look, I'm not saying to, like, you know, rebuke your studies, but he's like, nah, this is much funner. And hell, I can even make a book about key related things while I'm doing what I'm doing. And this is a lot more justification for him to want to like fight, because he doesn't like the fighting part. He likes the training part, discovering how your body moves, learning how to use your chi better, and thinking about stuff like this. And we're also going to say that he does learn how to, during this time, he did go to planet Yardrat, learn some of their techniques. And we're also going to say he did learn how to use the Kaioken, and he can at least use like a 20, we'll say maybe all the way up to like a 50 time multiplier, but that's equivalent to Goku using the Kaioken times 10, give or take. Man, I'll say probably like the 50. I'll say 50 is his Super Saiyan peak, while a little bit higher would probably be pushing it like it's a times 20 for Goku during the Namek Saga, if that makes any sense. Because I feel like during this point in time, Krillin would be really strong because he had a good training partner. He also taught his training partner, and he also saw how it affects Goku's body, so he would be a little bit better. We can even say he uses like a variation of the buff form, but he didn't hard press on that. He just wanted to get better with the influx of ki. Now, let's talk about how your boy Gohan, I mean not boy Gohan, but androids attack. They pull up, destruction's everywhere. Gohan and Krillin pulls up to the fight before anyone else because they sensed it and they were nearby. And then the fighting commences a lot sooner, and they're putting up a solidly good fight. You know, Gohan, for what he lacks in experience, makes up for in power, and the vice versa for Krillin. But Krillin's still pretty strong. He didn't go immediately times 50, but you know, he's trying to suss out the situation and he's throwing good hands. So what they did was 17 fought Gohan and 18 fought Krillin. So they're duking it out. Me. And how this would actually play is it's going to change a lot in the story. But they all don't get annihilated off the rip because of Krillin and Gohan's intervention. They're like, Krillin and Gohan would be, you know, singing the same tune of, hey, leave these innocent people out of here. Hey, I'm the son of Son Goku. So if you want to kill someone, kill me. And we'll leave it off here because I got more of the story I want to tell, and I want to do it in a slightly neater format. Catch y'all niggas later.